Here's a story about how I thought I joined the Ruff Riders motorcycle gang at the age of 12 in like the seventh, eighth grade. Was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York City, and back then, the big biker clubs and stuff like that were around. And I had moved from Brooklyn to the Bronx, and this is my first time being in another borough, in another place. I lived in the Bronx for about 5 years, right? So I went to Catholic school, private school my whole life, and then got kicked out of Catholic school for some other reason. That's another whole other story. But ended up going to public school. So in this public school, they had a whole bunch of gangs. They had the Bloods, the Crips, all that other stuff. And I remember this one kid. His name was Tony. I'm not gonna say his last name because he could be out there watching or whatever. And he used to walk around with like this 12-inch blade, just looking in the classrooms and stuff like that, pointing his blade at people and stuff like that. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. So one day I get approached by like some kid. And he was like, yo, you want to join like the Rough Riders? And in my head, I'm like, what's the Rough Riders? So he's like, oh, it's like a motorcycle club. I'm like, okay, so what do I do? He was like, oh, it's just like, three or four of us right now. And, my dad's a Rough Rider, so that automatically makes me a Rough Rider. So I'm like, all right, it's not the Bloods or Crips or anything like that. I ain't want to join like one of them gangs because I know they was about their business. They was about, cutting people and stabbing people and stuff like that, and I wasn't with it. So I was like, all right, cool. What do I got to do? He was like, nah, we just stick together, so if somebody tries to like jump us or something like that, we all stick together. I'm like, cool. I didn't have that many friends in the Bronx or whatever the case was. And, I was there by myself. So I'm like, all right, so, is there like an initiation, anything like that? And they're like, yeah, so we got to jump you in. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm winning where? So he's like, all right, so after school, we're going to go to the playground over somewhere. It was like right around the corner from the school. So I'm like, all right, bet. So 3 o'clock rolling around, I'm all nervous and stuff like that. And I get to the playground. And I'm like, all right, I see like 3 people there. Just one big dude. This kid was like a little bit bigger than me. Just the 2 skinny other kids. So I'm like, boom. So what do we got to do? He's like, all right, so we're going to jump you. And then after that, you're going to be in the Rough Riders. I bet. So I'm like, can I fight back? They're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. So now it's like 3 of them. So I got to my fighting stance. Now, mind you, my dad did martial arts. And he taught me how to fight. He used to beat me up, punch me in my arms and, basically like hardening my body and my stuff like that. So when they were like trying to hit me, I'm blocking punches and stuff like that. I'm not really hitting them back. And I'm blocking punches. And one kid hit me. I was like, oh, word. And he threw a punch and I blocked it and I rolled and I punched him right in the chest and caved his chest. And he was like this, like, ugh. So I'm like, oh, and I even hit you hard. I like a jab. So then another kid's looking at him like shit. So he tries to hit me. I'll block his hit and I punch him in the stomach. Folds him. So now it's the big kid. For some reason, he got behind me and started choking me. So now I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So now I'm trying to get this big kid off of me. And now they punching me in my stomach and stuff like that. They won't punch me in the face or anything, just in my stomach. So I'm like, yo, I got to get this big dude off of me. So I like elbow him to get him off of me. I push him. And as I'm about the leader of the little Rough Rider gang for the kids, and I'm about to hit him, he goes, all right, chill, that's enough. So I'm like, oh, just when I was about to get my get back again, y'all don't stop. I'm like, all right, is that it? He was like, yeah, all right, cool. So then they taught me this stupid ass handshake. And I thought it was so cool because at the end it made like a R or whatever the case was. So now I'm like, all right, I'm in the Rough Riders. I got a couple of people. So if something happened, we all, we got each other back. So like over the next couple of days and weeks or whatever, I see these kids in school. They act like they ain't know me. And I'd be like, Rough Riders. And they'd be like, looking away and shit like that. I'm like, wait, aren't we supposed to be like cool? And we supposed to be like in this little like I guess a little motorcycle gang club. I don't know. I ain't a motorcycle. I ain't have a bike either. So I'm like, what's going on? So as the weeks went on, everybody acted like they ain't know me. I don't know what it was, but for some reason they just was like, nah, we not messing with him no more. I don't know if I didn't look the part or if I wasn't Ruff Rider enough. I don't know what it was, but I don't know, man. This is just one of those stories that me living in the Bronx in a different place and being in a different town and school, stuff like that, and I don't know what I did. So if you was in the Ruff Riders as a kid, let me know. What did I do wrong? Please tell me.